these two guys are, and I mean it literally. I mean, they hunger for this victory.
Well, I think you've been giving a little spice to it of niceness. I think they're starving to show that they're not done.
Well put, I thought. So that kind of sets the stage. It's Collazo and Ortiz. Let's meet them officially now as we take it to the center of the ring, and the ring announcer once more, David Diamante. David?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the home of the Brooklyn Nets, Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, for the featured bout of the evening. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina. Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. Metro PCS, wireless for all. And Foxwoods Resort Casino, play tables like never before. This bout sanctioned by the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor ringside George Martinez, and the New York State Athletic Commission Chairperson in attendance Melvina Lathan. Introducing your three judges scoring this contest from ringside, Don Ackerman, Max DeLuca, and Tom Schreck. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Benji Estevez. All right, fight fans, we are set to go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBA International Welterweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, USA, the fight starts now. Introducing first, the champion. Fighting out of the red corner, he was brown with red, white, and blue trim. Official weight, 146.5 pounds. Professional record, 34 victories, 5 defeats. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. From the Williamsburg section of Brooklyn, New York, he is the former WBA welterweight champion of the world and the reigning, defending WBA International welterweight champion, known as the People's Champ, Louis Collazo. His opponent across the ring, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with red and black. He also weighed in at a ready 146.5 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 4 defeats, 2 draws. He has 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Knuckleheads Boxing Gym, fighting out of Ventura, California, by way of Kansas. The former NABO and USBA light welterweight champion and the former WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.
Okay, Victor Lewis, you receive your pre-bout instructions. You want to keep it strictly professional, keep it clean, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. May the best man win. Touch him up.
There is a familiar face in this building, particularly. That's Paul Pierce, member now of the Brooklyn Nets. And with that, we're set to go with our main event. 12 rounds. It is for a form of a title.
All right, Louis, stay in your corner, man.
And here we go, round one. And Ortiz practically leaps across the ring.
Ortiz told us yesterday in the fighter meetings he would look to box. His body language says he's coming forward, but He's telling us he's not going to be as aggressive. He's going to look to box. So let's see how he comes out early on in the fight.
Comes out with a high guard, Ortiz, and he coming out seemed to be all business.
Left hand of the body to start things by Ortiz.
Here's the thing. Victor also must be chomping at the bit. He hasn't fought in 18 months.
Victor just shoots his head in there. Three-punch combination. Victor seemed to be a little bit tight, but better change.
Right hand by Ortiz.
Yeah, he's looking to land a big shot early. He should look to really loosen up and try to set it up. Collazo looks a bit more loose as he's trying to now cut the ring down on Ortiz and make him uncomfortable.
Two southpaws, Paulie. What do you think?
Yeah, well, 2 out of the 3 fights tonight have been a double southpaw.
These guys both experienced, both have been around the track, both have seen just about all there is to see.
Yeah, both guys have been in with some of the best in the world. And have shown themselves to be among the best in the world as well. Victor trying to change the look, trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm now. Collazo lands a pretty good left hand there. So Collazo is more in sharpshooting mode. Ortiz is more in I want to land a big punch mode.
Collazo is bringing the jab up from the floor, as we say.
He gives you a really odd angle, though. He's definitely not squared up in front.
Step back. Step back. Step back.
See the short right hook
has to break
in between the clinch. The short right hook. Those are legal shots. You know, the referee will tell you when to break it, tell you to keep punching.
Yeah, and he was saying step back, but he wasn't breaking them. And a lot of times, more work is going to happen there.
Ortiz, the pursuer in this first round.
A little too anxious, though.
It's been mixed. It's been mixed as here Collazo cuts the ring off again. It's both guys pursuing it in times and both guys boxing at times. Seems like Ortiz is looking for the bigger shots, though. Collazo seems more in sharpshooter mode, like I said earlier.
Both trying to do some body work early in this fight.
Good combinations by Ortiz. Three-punch combination right on the button. That one was off.
Both guys trying to work the body a lot early on. I think they both see that it's hard to land the headshot as both guys are sharp defensively. So I admit they're trying to target the body a little bit.
So coming to the end of the first round, very close round. In the corner now, Victor Ortiz. So here we go, round 2.
Feeling out round on that first round.
Yeah, I don't know who to get at round 2. I mean, back and forth action.
I thought Ortiz was a little busier. I gave it to him.
Collazo landed a good check right hook there, but it seemed to wake up Ortiz, and Ortiz tried to get busy right after that.
You know, Collazo is holding his own. I mean, he's trying to establish, you know, like, I'm not going nowhere. I mean, come what you want to come with, but I'm not going anywhere.
Both guys, like I said, world-class fighters, and both guys are capable against each other.
There's a little headbutt in close quarters.
Yeah, neither guy afraid to mix it up in there physically as well.
Ortiz got warned earlier about using his head or, you know, getting his head in the way of
And again, both guys targeting the body.
Yep.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Oh, good left hand there by Ortiz.
3-punch combination.
Collazo just took a good right hand, and he just gave it to left hand.
Yep.
Anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Well, tonight's CompuBox Stats brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. And in the first round, Ortiz a little busier. They both threw the same amount of punches.
Good jab by Collazo. And this is where now you try to start to see who's going to start to take advantage of the pace of the fight.
You know, Ortiz come off a broken jaw, as we know, and he just took a good right hand. I wonder what the effect as rounds go on, whether he still had that in his mind or...
Oh, good left hand and good uppercut.
Yeah, two good shots from Collazo.
Collazo getting sharper. You know, Ortiz convinced us that he doesn't mind. He's not thinking about his jaw. He had some hard sparring, and his jaw is not a problem. It's not even in his mind. But, of course, when you're getting hit with 8-ounce gloves, things can change.
With no hair game. With no hair game. So,
exactly.
I mean, I like to pay attention to it as the round go on, but both of these guys are at least... Collazo is hitting with sharper punches on the button.
Yeah, this has been a very good round for Collazo.
Seems like Collazo's offense is just a little neater. Seems like Victor's almost too much in a rush. If he can just slow down a half step and just kind of set himself up, he's almost too much in a rush, sometimes smothering himself, sometimes coming in off balance. Even when he's landing, he's not maximizing his offense. Collazo's got the better balance, so when he lands, it's more visible.
Yeah, double jab with a left hand 2 times in a row by Collazo.
See, it's almost like he's too anxious, Victor. Instead of setting it up, he's almost too anxious to land the big shot.
Right hand and the left hand behind it by Ortiz. Right hand by Ortiz and a pretty good shot. And a left hand behind it.
Stop at the bell.
Oh, and a good shot by Ortiz. Ortiz is down.
What a shot.
A tremendous shot. You cannot be safe on the bell, remember.
6, 7, 8.
I don't know.
9.
He's done.
It's over. It is over just like that.
Stay right here, Victor.
There couldn't have been more than a second or 2 left in that round.
It was a big right hook. He never saw it coming. I told people before, Collazo is very live. This is a world-class fighter. People forgot about him, not because of his mishaps in the ring, but just because they haven't seen him. He's always been on a world-class level.
259.
And he was all about business tonight. Took care of it in the second round. 1 second left in the round when he dropped it.
Excuse me, Doc. 259, knockout. Thank you, Jason.
Well, I mean, that's
Collazo
impressive.
in tears. Collazo in tears. He's waited. You know, guys, I've been telling people this guy's been on a world-class level the whole time, and he just couldn't get the opportunity to show it against other world-class guys. He's crying right now because it's been such a long time since he's gotten to show this. But now he knows it, and now the whole world knows it. And listen, I'm back. I've been here, and now everyone else can understand that I deserve these kind of fights constantly.
Absolutely. He was emotional walking into the ring. He's emotional now, but I'll tell you, for that 6 minutes, or 5 minutes and 59 seconds, he was all business.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay.
And you can see him start to get to it all through that round. Let's take another look at it here, Paulie.
You know, things started to open up in this second round. Ortiz went for a big left hand, and then he kind of opened himself up for that right hook. The left hand was too wide. From a southpaw stance, you're supposed to throw the left hand straight. Even if you throw it wide, you don't want to throw it that wide. Came with a too wide of a left hand, and Collazo kind of blocked it and came back with his own right hook. Textbook boxing. Remained couple of... Ortiz actually missed the shot, then didn't bring back the hand in time. Collazo stayed calm and delivered the right hook that ended it. The rest of it was just elementary. Here it is again. Just misses with a big left hand. Ortiz put a lot of weight behind it, but didn't bring his body back into position. Thinking too much offense. Before he brought his hand back into position, he's actually looking to throw another hook. Big mistake. You want to reset your offense. You want to reset your position. Collazo made him pay for it.
And you made that point earlier in the round that was exactly what he was doing.
Yep, he was off balance. Too anxious. Way too anxious. Didn't pay attention to the defense. And from that close of a range, a right hook from anybody is going to be delivered pretty heavily.
Well, I'll tell you, people are going to pay attention to Louis Collazo now. As, that was extremely impressive, and it does. It plunges himself right back into things here. Let's take a look at the final punch stats here. They are presented by CompuBox Stats, ThrowdownFantasy.com, Draft Fighters, Track Stats, and Win. And I mean, the numbers, there's not much to choose here, but there was one number, and that was that one shot that stands out way above every other number on that board.
The fight may have been just opening up, but Collazo landed the delivering shot, and that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was all she wrote.
I mean, it was brilliantly executed, and taking advantage of Victor Ortiz just being a little bit too aggressive. It was a tremendous victory for him, and now you can write that name down once again, Louis Collazo, because he's going to be very much a factor. Probably at 154, maybe at 147. You never know where he's going to wind up, but this guy is the deal, and he is without question back. Yes, sir. And thank you very much. And what a great win for Louis Collazo. I mean, this is the guy that really you have not seen so much. He did fight twice last year. He fought one time in 2012, a couple times in 2011, did not fight at all in 2010, and fought in 2009. So when Paulie Malignaggi was talking about the fact that the guy has just not been able to get himself back into the lineup, in limelight, I should say, there are a couple of really big reasons for it. And one is that he just hasn't been able to get fights. Two is he's been under a managerial change. And now we'll make it official as we take you to the decision. Here's the official decision.
Calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout, and still the WBA International Welterweight Champion from Brooklyn, New York, the People's Champ, Louis Collazo.
So Louis Collazo wins it. He wins it in the second round with 1 second left. Bernard.
Ortiz throws a left, miss. Now he tries to set up and get set to throw another punch. And here we go. Collazo just throws a straight right hook that caught Ortiz right on the kisser. And you know what? Those shots there, you don't get up on.
Yeah, it took one more to put him down. That was to the back of the head, but he was all done dancing with that one right hook. He just did not get his left hand back effectively enough, and that was the end of it. There was only 1 second remaining in the second round, but a fighter cannot be saved with a bell in any round, and in this case, that was the end for Victor Ortiz. And now the big question mark over Victor Ortiz as he loses another fight here. And for Louis Collazo, I mean, it's all out in front of him. And right now, he's with my partner, Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie?
Hey, all right, guys. We are here inside the ring with the winner, Louis Collazo. First of all, Lou, tell us about the emotion you felt going into the ring, because it was written all over your face walking into the ring tonight.
You know what, Paulie, first of all, I want to thank God, give all glory to God, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. That's the first thing. Going into the fight, the Holy Spirit was with me. I don't know if I'm the only one real spiritual here, but in the locker room, I would just, all joy, happy smiles everywhere. And coming into the ring, I was just excited. I was going to perform in Brooklyn in front of all my fans, in front of people I grew up with, to represent from the borough of Brooklyn. I'm stoked right now. I'm just excited, man.
Yeah, we could see it during the walk-in. We were actually talking about it, how it had been so long since you'd fought on this level, but you always believed you belonged on this level, and how this performance tonight really showed that. Let's talk about the fight. Early on, it seemed like Victor was a bit aggressive, almost like chomping at the bit to land a big shot. You seemed the calmer guy. What was basically the game plan to open up the fight?
Well, I knew he was going to come out aggressive. That's the type of fighter he is. And I just wanted to stay focused, stay on my game plan, and see where he came from. And I was seeing the shots coming wide open. He would try to counter with the throw a hook, come back with the left hand. But I kept picking up on it. I said, all right, now he's going into my hook, so I'm going to fake and come with a hook and come back with the left hand. And I think I haven't seen the knockdown, but I think that's what I caught him.
We're going to look at it right now, Lou, and you'd walk us through it as we see it. There we go.
So yeah, here, like I said, I was throwing, I came back with a short hook right here. Boom. I knew his hook always came long. And you can't, I'm not a big puncher, but you know, if a hook on a hooker is deadly. It's deadly.
There it is, enough from another
Hey,
angle.
look, nice and short. Boom. And a lot of people say I can't punch, and I don't know.
a lot of times we were noticing how, and we'll see it from a different angle again, how Victor was getting himself out of position looking for the big shot.
Yeah.
And he didn't reset his offense. He didn't reset himself, and he was threw the right hook from a bad position, and you kind of had the better technique on the inside. You threw the shorter shot. So you tell us about what's next, man. What do you want?
Hey, I want what the fans want. I want Floyd here in New York. Bring Floyd here to New York. He stays in Vegas. I'm tired of going to Vegas. I would love for him to come here to NYC, here in Brooklyn at the Barclay. Floyd, if you're watching, let's make it happen, man.
Guys, Luis Collazo told us what he wants. He wants it in Brooklyn. He wants the big fights in Brooklyn. Back to you, Barry.
All right, thanks very much, Paulie.